Real Talk with Tamara, where conversations are real, voices are heard, and the real starts here. The real starts here. The real starts here. No filter, no fear. Truth in the mic, let the whole world hear. Stories unfold, voices sincere. Welcome to the place where the real starts here. From life and love to the latest news. Community voices, different views. Breaking it down so we all stay clear. Honest conversations live right here. Speak your truth, let it be known. This is the space where your voice has a home. No judgment here, just real and clear. Real talk with Tamara, the real starts here. Real talk with Tamara. Real people. Real stories. Real truth.
Hello, good morning, you guys, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps keep the video in the algorithm. So make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of those wonderful, wonderful things. Okay. You guys, I wanted to talk about what is going on in my city. Memphis is turning into a modern day Babylon. Okay. I was looking at, shout out to Cypress. Cypress always send me when he sees stuff online. He always sends me a message. I appreciate that, about some of the things that is going on in our city. And y'all, it's really it's really sad. It's been happening now for a while. It's been happening for a while. It seems like, I would say, it seems like probably since 2021, when all of that stuff happened with Young Dog. It was getting bad, but it seems like it just got worse and people really don't care. And it seems like, to me, there are no interventions. And I'm gonna say this. I've said this forever. They talk about rehabilitation, but unfortunately, there are a lot of people in our communities that has never been taught anything. There's nothing to rehabilitate, so they don't know how to revert back to their original self because they was raised up in so much confusion and turmoil and um tragedy, all of that. That's all that they know. So I think of trying to habilitate them in the right way. Okay. um Teaching them something, it has to go back to the basics, restoring the healthy family unit. Okay, because now people don't even care anything about their family. It's happening everywhere. But I was looking at this. Shout out to Cypress. I want to show you all a video. I was looking at this video. This happened in Memphis yesterday, and a lady was hit up. She was hit up. Okay. And from what I can see, the girl ran up in the girl's house, and that's mistake number one. You can't do nothing like that. You can't run up in people's houses and think that you can assault people. They can knock you down. Okay. If you run up in their house and think that you can assault them, they have a right to protect themselves. That's number one. Number two, though, after you pop somebody, no emotions, no feelings, almost like the heathen, like just barbaric, like cave animals or something. No type of emotions. People, it's so scary. I think it's getting so bad. People are going to get to the point where they just eating flesh with no emotion or anything. Here it is, you guys.
Did you shoot him? What happened? She shot who? Shot your mama.
Now, this particular situation happened on yesterday in Memphis. Okay, yesterday in Memphis.
Did you shoot him? Shut your mama. Oh my God. You gotta call 911. Don't give her that gun. Oh my God, she done shot the woman, Trisha. She done shot the woman. She done shot her, Trisha. Oh my God, you okay? Oh my God, she done shot her twice.
I'ma kill you!
Oh my God.
That bitch gonna go to jail!
I'm dropping off the order, Trisha.
I'ma kill the bitch! Oh my mama!
Oh my God. Put some pressure on her wound.
Calm down.
Put pressure on her wound.
Shit, she's breathing. Man, I don't trust that shit, man. I'm not gonna breathe. No, I'm not breathing shit.
Don't give me that gun. She gonna kill that girl.
Now, this is sad. Now you got the child who is in a frantic talking about because she saw her mother be shot. She in a frantic. She even starts cussing. You see people standing in the door. She out there trying to, the guy holding, done took the gun. She trying to get the gun back from the guy so she could finish the woman off. She talking about she had to get back into her house. She worked from home and work. So she want to get the gun so she could finish the woman off so she can get back in her house and work. Get back on the phones or whatever and work. She said she working in the house. She working from home. So she want her gun to finish her off. Y'all, what's going on in this damn world today?
Oh my God. No, the dude got her gun. The dude got her gun. Oh my God. Don't go to sleep.
Do that shit.
Say
you gotta
Stop.
breathe.
Put some pressure on her. Put some pressure on her.
nothing else.
You got a towel. Give me a towel.
I swear to God,
Put some pressure on her.
we need the ambulance. Where is it, D? Where's
You shot right there.
They out there recording, have not missed a beat recording, everybody in pandemonium, and ain't nobody called a damn ambulance. Now, she shot her in the arm and in the leg. She could have easily survived that, but she'll mess around and lay out there and bleed out and die from wounds that could easily be patched up. You heard one guy say, I don't trust that. One guy said he ain't get ready to put no pressure on nothing. I don't trust doing nothing like that. Let's keep going.
Put it on the wound.
Gotta turn this up, D. I know it's gonna hurt, but we gotta turn it up.
That girl done shot the fuck out this dude.
Now here go the girl in the pink shirt that just shot the girl that's laying down. Y'all get ready to hear what she is saying, and that's the little girl's. That's not the little girl. That's the lady's son. Okay. Also, that's arguing with her. You heard her say she is at work. She at work in her house. She at work. Okay.
She's gonna hold her own son. Her son, she said, hold the door. They supposed to come down her until she shot that gun. That girl was in her fight. I'm at work. I'm at work. Look at me. Yeah. Come on. Are y'all still down? Y'all crazy thought she wasn't gonna like that hoe. Y'all go there. I'm not hearing that. Y'all can't get her that wants some kids on that.
Yeah, it's sad. Y'all, what is this world coming to? She said, I want my motherfucking gun back. The girl laying out there bleeding out. She don't know. She I guess she feel like, well, she gonna go and get away with it. She said the girl came down. Her sister said the girl came down to her house wanting to fight her sister over some he say, she say stuff. The girl never should have went up into you can't go up into people's houses trying to assault them. But the idea that these folks didn't have not an emotion in the world. She said, I'm at work. I got to get back in here and go to work. You shoot somebody and then you continue business as usual. Nobody has called the ambulance. She said, I want my motherfucking gun. She can't. That's why I shot that hoe. Now that they probably would be able to use against her to put some type of charge against her. I mean, because after you shoot her, you did not try. Because after you pop somebody, especially if it's in self-defense and you fear for your life, you're supposed to try and get them help. She said, give me my motherfucking gun, because the guy, you saw where the guy was holding the gun up. She was trying to jump and get it so she could finish her off. She said, because she needs to go and finish off so she can get back in there and finish working from home. Y'all, Memphis is becoming a modern day Babylon. Nobody called the police. Gonna let that girl bleed out. She shouldn't have went up in that lady house. But just no emotions after it happened. You know, if I had did, somebody came to my house, I'd do it too. But I'll go ahead and call the police after I did it. Okay. Because of course I know the laws. Okay. But to try to get the weapon after the girl is laying out there to try to finish her off and then talk about that, give my motherfucking gun, I ain't called the police. I want my motherfucking gun. And then her and her sister said, yeah, she came up my sister out there. That's why I shot that hoe. She shot that hoe. Y'all, what is going on? No type of emotion. As I had all these, her kids running in at the house. The lady daughter is frantic. That's the reason why these kids are traumatized, because a lot of these parents are so damn stupid. You go up in her house about some he say, she say stuff. You shouldn't have never did that. But see, they probably had been cool. She go up in there to talk to her. Who knows how it happened? They might have been cool. She goes up in there to talk to her. They get into an argument. They end up fighting. Okay? So she might have not ran up in her house like she's saying. So she still might be looking at some time. Okay? They end up fighting. And because they end up fighting, she shot her. She still might be looking at some time. So it ain't this, because they might have been cool. She might have just went up in there to have a conversation with her and it went left. And so she decided, okay, well, I can get my gun and shoot it. It don't work like that. People just don't know the laws. They look at too much TV. She laying out there bleeding out. Not one time did she call the police. So that's going to work against her too. And then gonna say she came up my motherfucking house trying to start with me and I shot that hoe. That's going to work against her too. But like I said, you know, it is becoming a modern day Babylon. People don't have any emotions about what they do. And so then folks will try to say, well, you know, the feds on us and the feds are on us and this and that. And it's really sad. Yesterday, I was laying down minding my own business. And I have been getting calls. Okay. I'm always ready though. I know how stupid these people are. And so I have been getting calls. I said, okay, well, on this number that I put up here, I'm getting different calls. And when I answer, they hang up, different Google numbers. So I was telling one of my friends about it. He said, well, one thing for sure, if they keep calling, they're going to say something. I said, yeah, I knew it, because I had been talking. Howard Barnett's cases solved, motherfuckers. And it ain't nothing y'all can do about it. It's basically solved, but wait on your indictments. And it ain't got a damn thing to do with me. Y'all need to worry about who it is them told. Okay? And so, anyways, the person started texting me. And so I was talking to her. I said, they done sent me a text message. She said, respond to it. And then I'm going to run the number. And so he said, oh, okay, so it's a Google number. He said, so if I can't, well, I'm not going to even get into all of that, okay, because I don't want to put these bitches up on no type of game. But, you know, just barbaric, okay? So the guy, I asked the guy, I said, what's your name? He said, you gave me your number so we could talk. He said, do you want to do, let's do Google, that Google Meets. I guess they feel like that can't be traced. I said, oh, okay. Where did I meet you at? At the Chevron gas station. I said, oh, okay. I said, what's your name? Where my phone at? He said his name was Joshua Jackson. I said, oh, okay, Josh Jackson. Are you in jail? And I asked him that for a reason. He said, sorry, oh, my bad, man. Sorry, I got the wrong number. Why you ask me that? No, motherfucker, are you in jail? Okay. You motherfuckers barking up the wrong tree. And I bitch I asked you that for a reason, ho. Okay. And so that's why I say modern day Babylon, I'm always protected. I got a God that protects me, and I stand with a motherfucking army. Now, y'all talk about God is protected like the president. Now, bitch, I'm the one that's protected like the president. That's why I can talk like I talk. Okay. If you don't believe me, play with me. Okay. You motherfuckers not gonna be able to hide behind your uncles and your friends and all these damn lost fools that's still out here waiting to be indicted. Okay. Because they'll start from you and mess with your whole family. Okay. The legal way. Okay. And so people are so barbaric. They're so messed up. They don't really care what they do. And they doing any and everything in front of their children. Any and everything in front of their children. And that's why a lot of these kids are so messed up. I don't know what it is. Are they on drugs? They smoke this weed that ain't no herb no more. Anything that's grown in a chemical lab is not a herb. It's a chemical. When they was trying to, Bob Marley and them, what they was smoking back in the day, that was a real herb. Okay. That's why they were so against it. Now that it's legal, you better know it ain't got no type of what's the word I'm looking for, benefits to your health anymore. Okay, that's why the government will make it legal. It's not a herb. That's the reason why you act a damn fool. Your eyes turn black, your lips turn black, it stank like it do. I don't know how anybody could puff nothing that's fart is what they puffing, but it lets you mess their brain up every minute. It's making them more and more barbaric. It's a herb. Okay, it's a herb. So our community, the Black people, is becoming a modern day Babylon. We're going to continue to talk about this, and I'm going to do like a series on this. I'm getting these politicians' ass next. It's time for us to open our eyes. Our children are our cornerstones. With God entrusted these kids to us for us to put them in a protective environment. And then I hear people say all the time, well, I had growed it up bad. And yes, it's a lot of people that had grew up bad. But if you know that you screwed up, use condoms so that you don't co-create and continue that cycle of trauma, right? Because that's what's happening in our community. And then they still got this saying, it's not good to go and seek counseling. Yeah, that's the type of stuff you suffer in silence. That's what's been spreaded out in our community. And even with my great grandmama in there, I remember said, whatever go in this house, stay in our house. That's why Junebug could molest the kids and your husbands could beat you. And, you had that mentally ill, crazy person in the family that would have fits of rage and go crazy and beat everybody ass that they kept in the back room, because great grandmama and them says everything that goes on in this house, you would not embarrass this family, and everybody knew anyways, right? but you don't go get no help, because the moment you go get help, you crazy. When you already crazy, so you internalize everything and you start having all these mentally ill thoughts, and it makes you a sociopath. Whereas you need to be trying to get some help. If you get your children some help. But unfortunately, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, Remy. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen in our community. Okay? Y'all got some boiling eggs on. They starting to, it smell like it's burning. I done got scared of eggs. Let me get off of here. But we're going to talk some more about this. We'll probably end up coming on tonight. I was going to go get my hair braided, but I think I'm not going to go get my hair braided for a couple of days. I'm going to shampoo my hair and let it, wear my natural hair for a few days. But anyways, y'all, Memphis is becoming a modern day Babylon. Okay. And it is time for something to be done. People need to open their eyes, stop being codependent. And I think that's so unfortunate in our community. We are so codependent on any and everything. We're codependent on some type of narcotic, codependent on alcohol, codependent on somebody else's affection, instead of loving on yourself. And those healthy type things are not taught in our community, right? That's why people get high and all of that, right? Because I got high because I want to keep my man off of my problems. Well, I mean, don't you know, when you come down off of that high, those problems are still going to be there. But those things, people don't think about that, and then they start to hide behind their hurt of why they do jacked up stuff, because they've been taught that, especially in the Black community, if you go sit on somebody's couch, you crazy, when you really batshit crazy already. You need to be trying to go get some help to get uncrazy, right? But anyways, you guys, I wanted to talk about that. I had to show that, child. I just don't know what's going on. Everybody running around cussing and fussing and all of that crazy stuff. Ain't nobody called the ambulance, gonna let the girl bleed out when she could have been a flesh wound. She could survive, and maybe she did survive. I don't know. But the trauma of her child, you see how her child was screaming, and the other girl kids that was, that right there is scary within itself. I hope to never run into them two sisters. Okay, I think that them probably look like they in North Memphis or something. I don't know. I ain't never seen none like that in South Memphis. I think that was North Memphis. Okay. Y'all put in the chat what apartments those was. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I want you all to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.